Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here, basically, we are discussing the most dangerous topic, that is the city creation. Lots of people says that यार 100 बिल्डिंग यहाँ खड़ी कर दो, 100 बिल्डिंग वहाँ खड़ी कर दो. In Hindi, basically, that I have told. In English, basically, like it's like that. Create 100 building here, create 100 building here, create few swimming pools here, create few halls here, create few hotels here, create few malls here, create few mahals here, create few roads here, create few garden here, create few temples here, sorry, create few god place here, create few medical hospitals here, create few dispensary here. That's all basically. But that person don't know that basically that is going to convert to big level error basically. Previously basically the world was basically created like that only basically. But when the world basically started sending the power supply data basically, that time basically they recognize that basically the we have to track each and everything basically. This basically connects to like that basically, that is the software company basically have the one concept basically, that is called project management plan basically. In that basically they have many documents basically they have created, that basically I have already discussed basically. Many documents basically are created. So that basically the big company says that basically we are basically is going to handle each and every software basically through the project management plan basically. Few people says that basically like WordPress developer, they say that basically we don't require the project management plan only basically, because inside that only basically the each and every plans basically are defined. That there basically the plans are basically set of templates basically. For example, if you want to create any shopping website basically, they basically have ready-made shopping templates. If you want to create this type of design basically, so shopping website, or basically this type of portal basically, then basically the this type of templates basically are there basically. So ready-made templates basically are designed by the set of groups basically, that basically you need to purchase. So that type of thing basically people says. So that is basically also there basically, that type of thing basically are also basically there. So like this also basically people says that basically that project management plan thing is there basically. So one of the person told that basically to create city basically you require the perfect project management plan basically. For that basically you required one person basically. For example, 3 lakh 75 these cities are basically there. So you will require 3 lakh 75,000 manager basically, which will just coordinate the task basically. To coordinate the task also basically that person should be very highly qualified basically. Normal people basically can't do that basically. For example, if any new disease basically came basically, so what are the things basically he have to do basically, that he should know basically. For that he should know that also that disease equal to stories basically, and stories basically are basically handled by the Bollywood industry basically. Bollywood industry have the control of Facebook, Bollywood industry have the control of Twitter basically. This that means one of the person told that basically Twitter owner basically are connected with Hollywood group, or basically the Bollywood group. Like this also basically few people told basically, that basically really basically don't know. Like this basically people tells that basically. So one of the person told that basically if disease occurs basically, so he should know basically what are the steps basically he have to do. For that basically he can create the certain level of system basically by asking the set of group basically, that if this occurs basically what I have to do basically, then basically they will tell that basically you have to do this that each and everything basically. So according to the budget basically which he got to create that city basically, to maintain that city basically, he can purchase the product basically. So he just need to do what basically, send the information to that product group basically, that do this type of activity. That's all basically, that task is basically. So now basically he is like this basically is doing the project coordination basically, like this basically is doing the project coordination. So just see basically up to what level the things basically are connected. So 3 lakh 75,000 if the world is getting divided, then basically you require the 3 lakh 75,000 project managers. That is 100% sure basically. If you have to handle the world basically in proper manner basically. So one of the person told that basically. For that basically we have created the Vadodara blood cells, Mumbai blood cells, Chennai blood cells, that we have already created. But that particular person is not going to do the coordination basically. Then one of the person to that yes basically, or basically he can do the coordination if basically anybody gives the permission like that. But you can't say that basically this is perfect, that is perfect. Basically you have to do 100 things. Basically you have to verify each and everything. Basically then only you can take the decision. Basically for that basically you have to create some algorithm also, that also you can say basically. So 3,75,000 basically cities created, 3,75,000 project managers are created, Vadodara blood cells is created. One person is going to die after 2-3 days. So that Vadodara people, some that Vadodara blood cells will get the information that basically this person is going to die basically. But from that blood cells basically, that power companies are going to dump into that person's body. 44 people, 44 lakh people basically are there in Vadodara city. That 44 lakh basically people data basically are inside that Vadodara blood cells. So that Vadodara blood cells basically he is going to take care of that particular 44 lakh people basically. If he is not going to take care, then his health is going to affect. That is 100% sure basically. That is 100% sure basically. His blood cells is going to affect, and that depends upon the doctor basically he is having. If he is having some very dangerous doctor, then basically he will kill the people basically who is having the disease. If he is having good doctors, then basically he will save the 44 lakh people basically. So like this basically depends upon the doctor industry basically. That, and doctor here basically are bloods doctor and the construction doctor basically. Construction doctor means who created Alkapuri, who created Guthrie, who created Gurua, who created Bhil, who created Bhaili, who created Bhil village, who created the Guthrie, who created the Gurua, who created Vagodia, who created station, who created Gurua. Like this basically things are basically there. So each and everything basically are divided. So that Vadodara blood cells basically can divide the data into this many part also basically. So that basically his task basically will become little bit easier basically. So that basically in future basically his blood cells is not, for example one Alkapuri person basically got some dangerous disease, so he will directly will not get the effect. That Alkapuri blood cells is created by one of the person basically. He is having that Alkapuri blood cells, so he is going to affect first, and he will do the treatment. And 100% basically he would be money holding person only basically. Normal people basically can have blood cells, no basically. So Alkapuri blood cells basically he is having, so he is the one of the richest person in the Alkapuri. He is going to give the going to get the treatment from one of the best doctor basically in Vadodara city basically. Or basically he will hire some other people, other doctors basically, if Vadodara city does not have any doctor basically who can basically handle this type of thing basically. Like this also things basically are there. So he told them basically if he is basically good person basically, then basically he will create the, if he is Alkapuri person, Alkapuri blood cells person is a rich person, or basically he is having good doctors, then basically he will do the treatment basically of that particular person. Otherwise he will kill that particular person basically. So doctors only decides. And basically the construction industry basically, that are the energy company and the nuclear power company, they basically sends the data to that party. For example, one person went to Alkapuri, so entire Alkapuri energy is not going to dump into his body basically. As per the task basically that person is doing basically, according to that basically his energies is going to interact to that particular person basically. According to that basically his body is going to interact basically. So like this basically things are also basically there. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this.